check this out. This is about 2 minutes.
Like, okay, Diddy and Tory, right?
Right.
Anytime stuff like that happen, it's like, oh, it's a war on black men. When their dirty deeds catch up to them, they say it's a war on black men. But the part that confuses me is that this war is not being waged by black women. But that's the way it's set up. The way that they would have it, have you perceive it, is that this war on black men is waged by black women.
And it's not.
It's not. But the war on black men has always been raised by the white society. White women seeing our sexual prowess, but using it like Carol Bryant did to be able to get us killed.
Yeah.
Mass incarceration, school to prison pipeline. Black women don't have anything to do with that. They actually suffer under the same conditions. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
You getting ready to go out, getting dressed, you and the homies, couple pre-games,
right?
Get in the car, y'all finna hit the spot.
Okay.
Has it ever crossed your mind like, man, I hope these bitches don't ruin them night?
No.
Never.
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 Ever.
It's never crossed your mind that a woman could ruin your night. Ever. If anything, hopefully I can bag me a woman and advance the night.
Right.
Enhance the night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Women, whether they're going to the grocery store, going to class, going to the club, the thought has to always be in the back of their mind that a nigga will ruin their night. If they turn a nigga down, violence could ensue.
Right.
Physical violence or verbal assault. Right? Nigga, first thing a nigga gonna do, stupid, ugly bitch.
Yeah.
You ain't that fine anyway.
But you tried to holler.
Yeah. And we have to acknowledge the privileges that we have as a man, that we don't have to worry about like sexual harassment. Unfortunately, rape, like those aren't things we think about. Women go to the club. Ain't nobody trying to roofie you, nigga.
Yeah.
And take advantage of you. If you go in a club right now and it was me and you, let's say me and you, we go to the club. We walk in a bitch, nothing but women.
Right.
We're going to be like, shit.
Let's do it.
Hey.
Let's do it.
Hey.
It's a good night.
First of all, is this for the public?
Yeah. How we get here?
How do we get this lucky?
Yeah.
There's nothing but women here? If a woman and her homegirl walk in the club is nothing but men, that's a dangerous situation for them to be in.
This is going viral, and a lot of women are hopping on the bandwagon. I have my own personal thoughts on it, but I'm not going to share my thoughts on this one. I would like for you guys to have your conversation. The question is there a war on black men from women? Anybody can jump in.
So what he said, he has some points about when women go out, their mindset is not like ours is. We're not going out thinking that a woman's gonna mess up. I agree with him on that. But that doesn't mean that it's not no micro war that's going on amongst like the feminist type black women and black men. I can't say that's true. There is a little mini war with that. But what he said, I mean, he really didn't say no lie, really.
And like I said, black women are the new white men. Okay. And what I mean by that is they use black women to carry out these acts on black men from things that you guys know that is wrong. Y'all know that family court is in y'all favor. So you guys play that game because you guys are the victors of it. You guys know that child support, government assistance is in y'all favor because are things that can harm black men. Now, with that being said, everything he named was right, but it was also physical. We have to worry about being in the room with a woman and her going to the police and say we did something. They know that they can get us like with the system. So they worry about us physically. Is that a true thing? Absolutely. But a woman, Deja, can walk into her police station right now and say 2K touched her, 2K will be tried, I will be arrested, and I have to prove to the courts that I didn't do it. That's the war that we fighting that he just forgetting all about. So when it come down to it, like we are at war. We are at war. And I could tell you where it started, but I'm not even for to divvy back into that. That's that.
Nah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say he definitely sound like he's simping, cause Yeah, women go out butt naked, ain't worried about getting raped. If they was, they wouldn't go out the way they go out, getting drunk as hell, letting boys buy them drinks all at the bar. And the thing is, like 2K was saying, it ain't. Yeah, that's just physical, and that's the shit that women scream. Oh, I get raped. Now that shit is not a big statistic like they talk about, but they always victim blame that shit. But the mental part, they hug niggas out all day long, whether you're online, in your face, like they hug niggas out. And it's definitely a mental black war. I don't deal with it, but I see it all day long. At my job, if you talk to some women for more than 5 minutes about a topic, let you have a disagreement, it's a wrap. And you will see it.
Sexual harassment, bro.
I do believe I will. Some of it I agree with, of course. Uh, I guess in a different context because yes, I do believe that all of this stuff, and that's the whole race, black, white thing, the man, woman thing. I do believe that comes from the top down, from the white liberal, all of it. So, but I also believe that I guess we're not smart enough because we keep falling for it, no matter what the agenda is. They come in and it gets psyop, and it's always the women. At this point, it's the women that's actually falling for it. They tap into the emotions with the men, Me Too movements, just everything. Women, they do go. It, I guess depends because I do worry about certain things, but I don't go certain places by myself anymore. But yes, there are women I can't imagine that they worried about getting raped or anything because of the way they carry themselves, the way they sexualizing themselves. I've seen young girls all on the just on the floor, just a mess. I've been to Cinco de Mayo. I'm walking through a whole, and that's like everybody international. And then I get to this one section where this black club at on the block, and they are literally. I was so embarrassed. They was on the ground in the middle of the street, and they looked like wild animals. They were literally standing out. It was embarrassing. So I can't imagine they worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, and then don't forget they still have the protection of men.
That
There's
part.
there's no women that protects men because nobody calls out the injustice that carries on. Nobody. I have never seen a group of women outside of child support court fighting or helping a dude trying to get his child because the mother was bitter. You guys know it take place, but choose to stay silent. Daisy, you looking shocked. Am I wrong? You don't got any brothers that's wrongfully on child support? What have you done about it, Daisy?
No, I have one brother. Well, my brothers are not on child support. Let me just
Well,
say
I'm saying
that.
you know
But
somebody.
men that are on child support, I don't know any men that were on child support that really was taking care of their kids. So I might be a little bit biased in
Huh?
that.
I can definitely vouch and say that I am a huge advocate for men not being on child support because that's just something I just don't agree with. If you're not with that woman anymore, I don't believe the woman should try to use that man as a benefit for her own needs if that man is being present in that child's life. I know other people may
What about if
feel
they're
differently and stuff like that, but you're trying to use that man to pay your bills, your lights, your gas, and you go pay your nails and you go do your hair and et cetera, and the child don't get its needs. Trust me, I see it way too many times, and a lot of times it's the parents, it's the families that's pushing these women into those situations and making them even more bitter than what they are. But just to go back to what we're talking about with the war on black men, I believe that women are at war with themselves. So of course they're going to be at war with the black men. They're at war with themselves first. They have a hard time dealing with themselves, being alone and treating themselves, the way that they need to be treated in order to love, people. So I wholeheartedly believe that they're definitely at war amongst the black men, and then they want to come complain whenever the black men are saying, well, I'm not dealing with you anymore. I want to go with the white women. I want to go with the Asians and the Hispanics and the Latinas and all that. So it's like you really can't, you can't really be mad or upset about it. It's like just
And
really.
Kamaya, it's not just the families. When we were going through our divorce, I had the judges, we had already had our agreements. We didn't need people, we just needed that paperwork done. But the judges were literally trying to convince me to put child support on him. After we already had adamantly said, this is not what we doing. This is the arrangement we want. Put it on paper, whatever you got to do. And the judge asked me, she said, are you sure she told me how much I would get for the amount of kids I had, whoop whoop whoop, and then looked at me and said, well, if you sure, because you won't be able to come back. And I said, I'm fine. And she looked a little taken back, but that's fine. I've never had to worry about it. It's just
But Nikki,
Because they benefited from it.
do you know how many women not taking down that deal? So
Uh,
because the baby mama didn't.
that's why I say black women are the new white men, because now they have y'all are the overseers on the plantation now. It's y'all, they empower black women to keep black men in some type of check, whether it's calling the police on them, we're gonna beat his ass and hear your side of the story later.
Right.
That's what it is. You guys, black women know this, and they know that we are at a disadvantage. And when they call y'all, they know they coming to y'all rescue, no questions asked. So
Right.
And
No. Last I saw, it was black women going to jail for black men for taking them in after they broke out of prison. And not only that, y'all talk about child support. First off, black people are only 13-14% of the population. We are not the only people on child support. White people are the majority of the people on child support. Why do y'all make child support a black issue? And
well,
black women are going to jail for black men. So, I mean, it's just the same thing. And if that is the case, if black women are the new KKK, how do we solve for the problem instead of just saying black women are the new KKK and not coming up with any type of solutions? Because it's easy to always say the same thing, but what's the solution?
oh my God,
We've been saving black women have been saving the day. I'm sorry, and
Wow.
sometimes I do have my criticisms towards black women, but it's
Molly,
like
now,
let's live in reality. We can see what we see on the internet and we can have our perception molded, but what do we see when we walk outside?
Not black
well,
women
I
saving the
can,
day.
These white
I,
men and these Hispanic men and some of these other people, they're getting screwed over by child support too.
yeah, but the thing about it is
They're
the black women are the ones that's rallying for it, like really hard, especially
no, they're
with the
not.
family.
Because
No,
white men are
really
on it
is.
more. If white
No,
Because
men are on it
no,
more, and
no. Them
if they
black
make
women
up the
own it.
majority of the
I
population on child support, I think it's white women that are rallying to get child
and
support more than
they
black
pull
women.
black women with them.
Exactly.
What you saying, Molly? The
No, because I
strong
know black
I'm
women
a
who
I'm
either
a
don't want their man on child support or pay the child support so he doesn't go to jail.
That's a
So
super minority.
y'all
I
just no,
guarantee
but
you
y'all
that.
just see things on the
yeah, that's a
internet and y'all
minority
try
for
to
A
sure.
apply it
super
to
minority.
everybody's life.
Molly,
I
So
can I can guarantee you right now,
we
like
complain about child support, but not the fact that the black community don't get married. Y'all have to grow
That's
up.
black women fault too.
that's the whole purpose
That's
though.
black
The
women's
the
fault, but it's
purpose.
black men in prison. So maybe they do want to marry y'all, but we gotta marry
okay,
y'all when y'all locked up.
Molly,
So now all black men locked up. Well, that's
But hold
fucked
on.
up.
Wait.
No, y'all, no. But y'all just black men in the black community are always the
All
victim,
black men ain't
and
locked
this
up.
is why the black community is weak because the
But
women
that's
are
what
the
black
men,
women
and
always
y'all don't
go
want to
to.
do
They say
anything.
black men locked up and gay. That's
But
some
y'all make
bullshit. There's a lot of good black
excuses.
men out here y'all just don't fuck with because
It's a
they
lot of
want to
black
be on
men.
some other.
But
You
y'all
got to make
all
a
think
hundred
y'all are good
thousand
black
dollars,
men. Y'all
be
all
six
think y'all are
feet
good black
tall, or
women.
y'all with that I ain't 50-50, all that
Yeah,
bullshit going on.
But
It
hold
yeah.
on.
ain't every black
The
man ain't locked up.
But wait,
expectations on the
just
black man is the reason why there's not a lot of rape, like a lot of marriage. Because
Y'all don't
first
have
off,
any expectations for yourselves. That's why y'all think y'all
no,
are
we talking
victims,
about
and that's why
we
y'all
talking
think
about the
white
black
people are
woman.
better. Y'all
Black woman
don't
expectations
expect
are so high.
anything for
The black
yourselves.
woman's
but that's the whole
expectations so high.
point.
Like
Y'all
it's
will never get
mostly
ahead because white people
you see,
exist. That's
look,
sorry.
look.
I don't know what black men you talking about.
every black
Anton said,
man on this
Wait,
The ones I'm
wait, wait,
listening
wait.
to
look,
every day.
Wait,
Anton
just
said,
that's your
Anton
enemy
said
right there,
something.
Molly.
Anton,
let me just speak on this real quick because I like what she said. Our people are not worried about getting married, but they are worried about getting child support. It's because that they still want to benefit from a man that they don't want to be with, that they don't like, that they hate.
Why is this only a
The
black
purpose
issue
is
if black
that they
people aren't the
need
only
to
ones getting
stop
child
worrying.
support?
They need to stop depending on these men for their resources
No,
and
they
get
don't. That's what men are
serious.
for. No. Who do
No.
they depend on?
Listen
If they
to what
don't
I'm
depend
saying
on
real
men for
quick.
resources, they depend
No,
on the women. Then y'all say the
listen to
women
what
are
I'm saying real
masculine.
quick. Follow what I'm saying real quick. The purpose of the resource is for the man to marry you and actually stay with you. The resources are not there just for any woman that says, "Oh, I want to shake my ass in front of you, and I'll do a little something for you. I'm gonna give you head or something like that just to get a resource." The resources of the men are for the women that have value. That's why the women should be getting married with these men, but they're not. What they're doing is they're laying with these men, they're being hoes, and they're going suck their dick and they're going throw it and pop it for pimp. And then they want to say, "Oh, I don't like this man anymore." And then they want to go dump them, but they already pregnant. And then they want to have these babies. And then now they want to say, "Oh, I'm going to go and take you to court. I'm going to do this."
That's
Because
only in the
that
black
man done
community.
moved
No
on
other
to
race is a
someone
baby
else.
mama.
They moved on to someone else, and they want to get mad. They want to get bitter because, oh, now they don't want the baby around this man or that woman.
That's not race
So then next thing
specific
you
though.
know, they
That's
all
not
up
a
in
black
court,
woman
and then they got
specific
all
issue.
this stupid mess going on. And then whenever they got friends like me that tell them, "Hey, you don't need to be putting that man on child support. You need to go ahead and go heal yourself and find you a good freaking husband and cut that junk out and stop being some kind of Jezebel or harlot that's just going out here doing whatever." But no, these women get mad whenever women want to hold them accountable and tell them, "Hey, you shouldn't have done that to begin with. You should have been right. You should have went married that man. You should have did something with your life." But no, they want to get mad because the man tell them, "Cover your ass up. Stop shaking. Stop twerking on the internet. Stop
Ain't
doing
nobody
this,
telling
doing
these
that."
women that though. Come on
yeah.
No,
now.
Man, yeah, they do. And as soon as they tell them, them chicks talking about, you can't tell me what to wear.
And this is
and
not
these
race
women don't want
specific
to hear
though.
it. And so these
Soon
women
as the
get
black,
mad.
soon as the man, because that's moving the
That's
goalposts. Talk about
no,
it's
that's just
not
a
just
problem
black
with the
people.
black
All
community.
we
Y'all
talking
make
about is
everything race
black people right
specific.
now. It's really the modern woman, period. So it can go among
Exactly.
all
That's my
races, but
point.
we talking about black
But
people
that's
right
what I'm
now. So don't move the
saying.
goalposts. We talking about black. It's like black
My
men
point
and
is
women. So since we
if
talking
this is
about
a
black men and
Western
women, that's what we got to talk about. And you can't tell them shit. Soon as you tell them something, they go to, "I got my rights. You can't tell me what to wear. You can't tell me what to do." All of that shit. We've all dealt with it. You probably done dealt with some of it yourself. I done seen these podcasts. You deal with it all day long. So
And
you
then,
know
and
what
then
it
not
is.
paying
this is
any
just an
attention
example.
though.
Like the
Until
child
y'all
support
stop
is not a
killing each
huge
other and then
thing.
saying free Ray, then y'all can come talk to me about child support. Y'all have bigger fish to fry. Y'all can't
Go.
stop killing each other. Y'all
Wow.
can't stop being the reason why y'all are putting each other in prison.
And
Wow.
But
the thing is,
child support is not
Wow.
y'all's biggest
child
issue.
support
I'm
is just a small
sorry.
Wow.
example. It's
Child
a
support is
small
not y'all biggest
example.
issue.
So
And maybe
all
having
all
women who
niggas in
hold y'all
jail
down
and
in
killing
prison
themselves. I
might be
got you.
part of y'all issue. Maybe y'all need to start getting abandoned until y'all can start being more stronger for y'all communities. All y'all do
Wow.
is cry. All y'all do is cry, but y'all are supposed to be the best thing out here. Black men are supposed to be the best thing out here, but y'all cry. Y'all say how y'all can't beat white men, but white men are supposedly weaker than y'all. Come on. It's just, it gets old. What are y'all solutions? Y'all don't have any solutions because y'all blame everybody and y'all don't take accountability. That's
Right.
it.
Wow.
I ain't
You
gonna
talking about a
And
minority
this
of
is
black
and,
men doing that
and
shit
black
you talking
You
people,
about.
just blame
black
the
people are
KKK, but you want to
not
say
one.
black women are against you. But black men kill each
The
other too.
okay,
But
So
That's
until
a
black
y'all have
women,
each other's
minority,
black
boo.
back,
but
You
black
acting like
women
that's
that's
are
not
all
a
black men.
minority.
That's a
there's a
minority. You bringing
there's
up
a
a
black
minority
The
stat and
black
trying to
community
attribute that
is
to
the
all black men.
minority.
That's the
black
shit that's
women
been
have
going on.
black
bust.
women have
okay. Listen,
said
Hey,
there
bust.
is
openly
different
said that
demographics. Like, there is different demographics of people in general, and these women that are this way that you guys are speaking of, somebody is choosing them. Somebody is laying down with them. Somebody is
Exactly.
choosing
That
them.
ain't choosing them. That's just
Exactly.
fucking them.
And
Okay.
that's
Same
okay.
thing.
Same difference. And
It's
child
no,
support is
that's a
one
big
part.
difference.
No,
Yeah,
not to a woman. It's
Consequences
not
are
a
applied.
difference.
That's a big
Okay,
difference
no, Kyrie. Hey,
because they decide to keep the baby.
Consequences
No,
are
they're
applied
aborting them
across the
too.
board.
think about what
Whenever
Maya
you
was
lay with
saying
somebody,
right
But
now.
that's what I'm
don't mean
saying. Like,
you
how is
choose
this
that
not?
person that's
How is that
for you,
not
there's
war?